inshallah. Chapter number 1, it starts with the definition of business. As I told you, 9609 is the code. Business is any legal activity which deals with exchange of goods and services. The main thing is to go through the chapter, skim through it so that you have a revision kit at your hands. Obviously, this is not going to be a substitute for reading the book. You'll have to read the book anyway. So, I'm just going to skim through the lecture. We started with the definition of business. Business is an entity or an identity which deals with exchange of goods and services. Obviously, the legality of business is very important. All the legal activities are going to be deemed as a business activity, whereas illegal activities are never deemed as business activities. Okay, business, whenever it is formed, for the formation of the business, for the operation of the business, we need to actually have 4 different factors which are called factors of production. Factors of production are the resources required to carry out the production process. There are 4 factors of production: land, labor, capital, and enterprise. Let's define them one at a time. We'll start with the definition of land, which refers to natural resources which are used by a business for carrying out its operations. Then after land, we talk about labor, which includes all the human resources. It doesn't really matter whether the human resources that we are talking about are going to be skilled human resources or unskilled human resources or semi-skilled. We are talking about all different types of human resources. After human resources, we are going to talk about land, labor, and then capital. Capital refers to or includes all the man-made resources, including machinery, building, all the things which are not available through nature. We are going to talk about them as those resources which are called what you call as capital. And finally, the umbrella, the main thing, the identity itself, the business, the enterprise, is the 4th factor of production. Under the umbrella of enterprise, we combine the other 3 factors of production, that is land, labor, and capital, are combined together under the business entity or identity to carry out the business activity. Okay, when we are, talking about business, the business activity, the operations of the business, all these operations of the business, when they are going to be carried out, normally businesses are trying to produce 2 different types of goods. The first type of goods, which are called producer goods, and then the consumer goods. Producer goods are sometimes also called capital goods. They are relatively expensive in nature. And they are produced by businesses targeting other businesses. These type of goods are usually used in further production of goods as well. When we are moving on to the second type of goods, that is consumer goods. Consumer goods are the goods which are produced by businesses targeting general public or ultimate consumers. They are relatively inexpensive in nature. Talking about the examples, the consumer goods are, all the items available at the grocery shops, all the toothpaste and, all the stationery items and stuff like that is included in consumer goods. But when we are talking about producer goods, we are talking about, heavy machinery which is used in further production of goods. We move on and we talk about the 3 different variations of businesses. There are basically 3 different types of businesses which exist there, in the market. We are talking about 3 different types of businesses. We have primary, secondary, and tertiary sector businesses which tend to exist simultaneously in the markets. Primary sector businesses are those businesses which deal with extraction of natural resources. All the farming and mining businesses are included in that. After that, we jump on to the secondary sector businesses, which are basically all those businesses which are carrying out the production activity. These type of businesses are called manufacturing businesses as well. Then we have tertiary sector, which is a sector which deals with provision of services rather than provision of tangible goods. The intangible services are provided, just like internet service providers, banking and insurance companies. These type of businesses are included in tertiary sector. Then we move on and we start talking about, who is an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur is the owner or risk taker of the business. The entrepreneur needs to possess some qualities in order to be successful. A successful entrepreneur needs to be a good planner. He needs to be a good organizer, commander, coordinator, and controller. So, these 5 basic attributes of a manager or a leader, are supposed to be there. That is, he needs to be a good planner, commander, coordinator, controller, and organizer, at the same time. He needs to innovate, that is, he's thinking out of the box all the time. And then he also needs to be a good team man who needs to gel well with the team. And then he needs to be a problem handler, a resource allocator. All these functions are supposed to be performed by him, or all these attributes or qualities or characteristics are supposed to be possessed by him in order to make his business successful. After talking about qualities of a successful entrepreneur, we move on to a topic which is more than anything an offshoot of this particular topic. It is a topic in which we discuss that what are the attributes which are going to make a business unsuccessful, or what leads to failure of businesses. Lack of finance, or lack of all these qualities, that is poor planning, poor organizing, poor commanding, coordinating, and controlling of the activities of the business, is going to result in failure of all these businesses. Any business can fail due to tough competition, or lack of funds, or poor government interventions, or bad government governance, all these things. Apart from lack of planning, lack of coordination, lack of all these basic qualities which are to be possessed by an entrepreneur, is going to result in failure of a business. The chapter is nearing the end. I'm trying to keep it short. The further things that we are going to discuss in this chapter are going to be basically triple bottom line. Triple bottom line refers to 3 different responsibilities of an enterprise towards society. The 3 attributes, the 3 factors which need to be kept in mind by a business while performing its activities are economic, social, and environmental factors. Economic, social, and environmental factors are the factors which are supposed to be these are the 3 responsibilities: economic, social, and environmental responsibilities, which are supposed to be fulfilled by the business. A social enterprise is a business which follows the triple bottom line, or all these responsibilities, that is economic, social, and environmental responsibilities. And the chapter ends on this particular definition, which is called opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is the benefit of the next best alternative given up by a business. Thank you very much. I'll meet you with the second chapter next time. Assalamu alaikum.